Lovely Kelly, this is your time, allowing those shoulders to feel that freedom of movement, massaging nice, warm, large circles. Kidneys love a good massage. A little stress, help with sleep and digestion, and hold. Absolutely strong. Geranium, yes. Hormonal balancing, lovely. Spreading the oil around the whole back of the leg. Checking, looking at the body for areas that might need a little bit more attention. Legs should feel so much lighter. This is crinkly. And holding. Twisting that muscle round, encouraging it with that twist to relax quite strongly. Under that foot, working on the solar plexus. And a good stretch. Pushing into the hip. Beautiful abdomen, which has housed 3 lovely babies and works so hard for this lovely lady. Starting with 2 hands, the upper abdomen, and bringing the fascia up and over and securing down, out to the liver and spleen. Down the lovely forearm, beautiful long effleurage up. Neck and shoulder massage. Up along the jawline. Massages down the edge, bringing it back round and back up again. And again. Up the neck. So starting with the cleanser to lift here for the ajna. Smells delicious. And clarifying cleanser. And to the eyes, very gently. And holding the cool crystal along its length. Across the forehead, defining the chin edge, lift the upper eyelid.
It's probably the most relaxed I've felt in quite a long time.
We were just talking about the oils I'm going to pick for the kinesiology, so including chronic fatigue, hoping to conceive, a little stress, help with sleep and digestion. So obviously I will be treating the stomach and the head, 2 areas that are key to a lot of these things. So I'm looking at hormonal balancing oils like geranium. I'm looking for lovely geranium rose and definitely also some lavender. Oh, I've got rose as well. Yeah, rose. Beautiful. Now, digestively, I'd be looking at ginger and peppermint, spearmint, corn mint. Yeah, lovely. And, oh, cardamom, spicy. And lemon, cleansing. Nice choice there. So I'm not particularly looking at the stimulating oils like rosemary, black pepper, pink pepper today, because we're planning a nice calming session rather than needing to wake you up and enliven you. It was just after calm today. So that's quite a few to be getting on with. If you want to come a little bit nearer to me, can you give me a little finger and thumb? And I'm going to try and pull apart. You're going to hold together nice and firm and hold. You want to try that again? And hold. Okay, can we try the other hand? And hold. much stronger. Can you see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to use that as our base.
Okay.
In the other hand, just make sure it hasn't got an oily bottom. Can you support that by touching the bottle to here, to your stomach?
Yeah.
And then give me that little finger and thumb again and hold. Okay? Strong, but it moves slightly. So I'm putting it in a middle camp.
Okay.
And hold. Strong. Didn't move at all. So corn mince, lovely. And hold. Really strong. We seem to be getting even stronger every time. So that was lemon. And hold. Incredible. Right, okay, we've got some really good ones here. So that's lemon and lavender so far.
Okay.
And hold. Really good. Okay, so cardamom. Those three would create such a lovely mix, but there isn't, for me, a hormonal balancing one in there yet. So, and hold. Yeah, fairly good. Ah, rose. I would have liked that to have passed, but it moves slightly.
Okay.
And hold. Again, move slightly. Peppermint. I think they're not bad. It's just that there are ones that are better, and I just want to use the best.
That's fine.
And hold. Absolutely strong. Geranium, yes. Hormonal balancing. Lovely. That's what I wanted. Oh, that's oily. Don't want to oil your t-shirt.
That's okay, don't worry.
And hold. Yeah, good, but not perfect.
Okay.
And hold. Absolutely fantastic. We have a choice. So we have spearmint. Now I know that, not that you have this, I know it's particularly good for endometriosis.
Okay.
So with the hormonal effect there, I'm wondering whether that's also good hormonally.
Okay.
So spearmint, geranium, lavender, lemon and cardamom. Do you have a preference, or would you like me to choose?
I'm more than happy for you to choose.
Are you sure? Yeah. Do you want to smell any?
No, I'm
No?
very confident in you can choose.
Oh, bless you. So there are 5 there. 5, for me, might be fighting each other too much with this kind of treatment. So I am going to pick. So in my head, I always want a top, middle and base note. So lovely base note of cardamom. Definitely geranium for the hormonal balancing, that's a middle note. And then we've got a choice of spearmint or lemon for a top note, and I'm erring towards spearmint for the hormonal again. So that would give us mint, spice and flower. So we've got cardamom, spearmint and geranium.
Okay.
Sound good?
Good.
Okay. So I'm going to put these in your mix, put a little bit on your wrist and see whether you like it.
Okay.
Hopefully you will.
I'm sure it will.
I love cardamom. It's my new fave. It's very difficult to pick, actually, when you use 50 oils. Okay, so that's 4 of each oil. I'm just going to give it a mix. I can smell them already. Just reveal your wrist for me. Have a little smell.
Oh, that smells nice. You can smell like the peppermint and the spearmint, and then the flowery smell you can smell.
Geranium.
Yeah, it smells really nice.
Oh, good. Lovely. So that's going to be all over your body.
Okay, lovely.
So I am going to leave the room and let you get on the couch.
Okay.
So just coming with the essential oil. Ooh, tickly to the back. Just going to close the window. Sorry, spreading the oil around the back, the neck. Need a little more. Yeah, it's going on beautifully. It smells amazing. Would you like a little bit of it under your nose, over your top lip, so you can smell what I'm working with? Yeah, do you want to raise your head? I'll put a little there. There you go, Kelly.
Thank you.
Okay, 3 nice long breaths. And continuing with the long breathing. Beautiful. So, lovely Kelly, this is your time, no one else's. This is your time to completely relax, unwind, and find that presence, that stillness that lies deep within your body, your mind, and your spirit. And simply by observing the whole treatment and how your body responds to the treatment, will bring you to that place of stillness. If at any time during the treatment you need to move, shift, scratch your nose, whatever it is, you go ahead. There's no problem at all. So starting with several upward effleurages. Encompassing the whole back. And then overlapped double hands around the shoulders, including the whole deltoid, shoulder point, scapula, moving strongly upwards. And then thumbs either side of the spine, shifting the fascia at the top of the back, base of the neck, moving in circles upwards, getting an idea for how the body feels, ready to adapt the techniques if necessary. Using those fingers, drawing a line around the scapula, edging my way almost underneath the shoulder blades. And then on the shoulder blades, using flat knuckles, fingers together, And then edge of little finger using a whole hand pressure, moving any agitated toxins up and over towards the chest. Allowing those shoulders to feel that freedom of movement without muscle spasm, with good circulation and nerve connections. And then flat thumbs either side of each vertebra, pushing down and into the side of the vertebra at the point of the discs. Allowing for beautiful long breathing. And this technique, alongside the breathing, brings such a beautiful tranquility. And then following the same line down the neck, down the spine, cat and mouse chasing, one thumb pad to the other, while moving that fascia and clearing the way in that beautiful channel between the spine and the erector spinae muscle. So this has a beautiful effect of resetting the nervous system. Beautiful, slow, long breaths. So it's a late summer day here. The wind is picking up. We've had a very hot, long summer, and today we are due some rain. Much wanted. Returning to the effleurage as the place of home and comfort, encompassing the whole back, occasionally the arms. Having treated shoulders, now coming down to the lower back, anchoring with thumbs, pressing strongly with knuckles. Starting in the center and coming out like a rainbow effect, and then into the fascia on the side of the sacrum, to the gluteus medius, and forwards to the iliac. Creating warmth and a rosiness here to the lower back and hips. And then whole hands gliding up. Separating the back into 3 areas, sending love and healing to the upper back, the chest, and all the organs in this area. Coming to the middle back, lower thoracics, upper lumbar. Again, sending love and healing to the back, the upper abdomen, the ribs, and all the organs contained here. And then the lower back, hips, lower abdomen, sending love and healing, that beautiful caring intention to this whole area, coming through the treatment, and also the intention from you, the person on the couch. Then either side of that spine again, just wiggling to locate the spine, moving right up against the bones themselves, and then into the lovely neck. So when I'm giving a treatment, I can feel it at the same time. So I particularly love my neck being massaged and treated. So I'm feeling now how this feels to Kelly, and the sensation of the muscles relaxing, the sensation of warmth coming up to the upper shoulder, neck, even into the throat. coming back to the spine to make sure it's clear. And then the scissoring. So this agitation helps scoop up and flatten out the fascia where there might be spasm and toxin, any impurities that need to move, down to the lymph nodes at the side of the trunk. And then a row of fingers softly and in a nice straight line, bringing that agitated fascia over to the side. And now the rosiness is really coming, so stimulating to the circulation. And then a nice kidney massage, using those flat knuckles again, just above the waist, either side of the spine. Massaging nice, warm, large circles. Kidneys love a good massage. And then together, separating down to the couch and back. And coming back and starting the glides, gliding over, coming away from the spine. And of course the lymph sits just under the surface of the skin, so we don't want to be pushing it too firmly, otherwise we'll go past the layer of lymph. We want to just be working at a very superficial level and also nice and slowly. And slowing it down. Sorry. So applying the oil and then coming up, spreading the oil around the whole back of the leg, treating that skin to a lovely moisturising application. And whenever I'm applying oil, I'm also checking, looking at the body for areas that might need a little bit more attention or an adapted technique. And then bending the knee, raising, popping it down so the front of the knee isn't squished, and then using my thenar, the heel of the hand, while securing the ankle, to track down inside the calf, especially where it splits higher up, and then fingers to the same place, working a little bit more strongly. If we're on our feet a lot, this can be quite sore, but needed. And then 3-finger tracking. And then securing to the sit bone. Checking the Achilles, moving it left to right, bouncing it down. And a nice stretch. Applying the oil. Beautiful long strokes, always upwards with the pressure towards the heart, relaxing the muscles of the calf and the muscles of the hamstrings. And bending, letting it go, and then strongly down towards the knee. After this, the legs should feel so much lighter. Checking the Achilles, shifting left to right and bouncing. Warming it up. And then that lovely 3-finger stroking, nice and flat against the calf, into the channel, lightly over the back of the knee. Relaxing as much of the width of the hamstrings as possible and anchoring into the sit bone before lengthening with a stretch. And holding. And I'm securing the towel, ready for you in your own time to turn over nice and slow. So, Kelly, are we going to go for a quiet pillow or a crinkly pillow?
Which one do you feel?
Oh, everyone's different. How about I show you? So this is quiet. This is crinkly.
Let's do crinkly. Let's go out the box.
Okay, out the box. If you change your mind halfway through, just tell me. Okay. Second question. Would you like an eye mask? We can either go for a cooling hematite or a warming rose, mint and lavender.
Warming.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. So we've got some orange blossom hydrolat on the cotton. Nice and cooling first. And then the beautiful petals of the lavender, rose and mint. There we go. So applying nice and gently. Just going to secure the arm. There you go. Nice stretch. upwards, nice and strongly up the leg. Nice strong leg, up the calf, the shin, tracing lines either side of the tibia and fibula, clearing any soreness, tightness and pain there, letting it go, letting it travel upwards to freedom. And then round the knee. Shifting around it and then left to right. There's a little click on the left and then up and down again, clicks, quite a lot of crunches to the top. And let's see if we can clear those using 2 thumbs, scooping around. And down, directed to the back of the knee, to the lymph node, pushing it down both sides. And then hooking under the inside by the knee, travelling up that thigh quite strongly, using the whole flat hand, palm, flat fingers. So gliding over the muscle, not getting stuck into the muscle at all because there's plenty of oil. And then up and over while securing to the outside, twisting that muscle round, encouraging it with that twist to relax. So these are the very strong quadriceps. Nice and rosy now, it's gone lovely and warm. And then upwards, just purely straight up, travelling up to the hip. And holding. And then around the lovely ankle and the foot. So quite strongly under that foot with 2 thumbs. And then stretching the sole using the toes as levers. Oh, lovely. Bring in some lovely peace and harmony to the foot, which of course reflexology wise brings it to the whole body, working on the solar plexus, the thyroid, the neck, and a good stretch at the neck, and then down the whole spine, stretching that spine out. It feels so nice to have this done. Because you can feel it all the way up into the body, up the leg to the pelvis as it turns, and then circling the upper part of the foot, encouraging that looseness, which helps us when we're standing, walking. And then the joints. And every toe. And a pull and a flick. So the flick helps us to remove excess energy. Creates a calm. And the holding, the stillness, the silence is pure gold. We've got a bruise here, so I'll be careful not to work too strongly on the bruise so as not to spread the area of soreness there. So strongly up. Nice amount of oil. So there's a beautiful gliding feeling, and the skin will benefit from all that moisture. Strongly either side of the bones. And a good stretch. And then working around the knee. Far fewer crunches this side, just a little bit on the top. Again, seeing if we can clear that. I imagine being a paramedic, probably on the knees quite a lot, and some lifting, etc. So the knees probably take a lot of work. That's better. And then hooking up by the knee inside, up and over, and clearing strongly over while pushing with one hand, hooking with the other, supporting the leg in place. Making sure my posture's good, wide legs, bent knees. That's it, lovely around the bruise and up, pushing into the hip, using my elbow into my hip to give the full force and strength upwards. Bringing the energy down to the foot, and laying down on the floor and getting to the level with the foot. And then thumbs upwards. Into the solar plexus and round over the lungs, thyroid, helping clear that key area for our balance, our body systems and motivation, energy levels. It's quite cold there. It feels like it needs a bit more time. And then circling around the toes. So first of all around the neck. It's crunchy here at the back of the left side of the neck. That's gone already. And then circle, a pull and a flick. And crossing over. And holding. So there's now that lovely stillness, a connection to the feet and therefore the rest of the body. Coming with the oil. Beautiful abdomen, which has housed 3 lovely babies. And works so hard for this lovely lady. So bringing in some beautiful spearmint essential oil here, as well as being refreshing and uplifting, has an element of hormonal balancing, is also wonderful for the digestive system. So starting 2 hands, the upper abdomen, gently down while assessing what the abdomen is telling me. So feeling some tightness at the top here, above the navel. And I know from my core therapy and traditional Chinese medicine techniques that this area can harbour some anxiety and stress, and simply by holding and breathing, especially with these essential oils and abdominal massage, it can really help neutralize that stress, bringing in some calmness and stillness. And bringing the fascia up and over, holding the lovely abdomen and the hip up, that lovely fascia coming up and over, clearing any spasms and stresses and tightness, tension. It's all going. And then same this side, coming up over the ribs, the waist, obliques, the hip, and then raising and letting go. And securing down, out, and back to the Houston valve. Down, out, holding behind, connecting, and bringing it round from the spine, that lovely energy. And again, down to the back, bringing round the obliques, connecting the energy. And then holding the energy to the stomach and the gallbladder, to the liver and spleen, to the ileocecal valve and the Houston valve. To the bladder and uterus. To the kidneys. To the adrenals. To the small intestine. To the large intestine. The whole stomach. And the whole time intending healing. Spreading the oil to the whole arm and hand. A little stretch. Two flat hands firmly up around the arm, shoulder, pushing down but upwards. Into the neck. Nice click. And then securing the hand to the shoulder. Around any dryness of the elbow, the harder skin, holding the elbow in place and encouraging fluids down to the armpit and the chest. Anchoring the elbow in place and then strong thumbs down that have the effect of stretching the tendons when pushed so that the fingers splay out towards the bottom of the arm. Lovely. And then activating the lymph node to the elbow and another stretch. And circling, and a stretch and a flick. Turning over and widening the palm, letting the arm go, and then pushing into the palm, clearing the solar plexus. And letting it travel down the arm to the lymph node. securing to the shoulder, around the elbow. Down the lovely forearm, making room for space, stillness, and that lovely relaxation that comes without the tightness into the elbow lymph node, and then a stretch. Lovely wrist. Between each finger, the metacarpals, the long bones of the fingers go right up to the wrist, clearing those channels, just like with the movement along each side of the spine. So I'm supporting the whole thumb, even up into the wrist, while turning, and a stretch before a flick. Removes excess energy and allows us to feel that beautiful spaciousness. Good long stretch. And then the lovely palm, opening the palm by splaying the thumb and little finger separately. Alternate thumb pads to that beautiful well of the palm upwards, and then over towards the wrist, over that strong bone and muscle there. And supporting and holding. So starting the neck and shoulder massage with some whole hand effleurages before knuckling from the front some key acupressure places around the shoulders. Up along the jawline. Pushing down and out over the ribs, around the shoulder points, down to the couch, holding and supporting the neck, lengthening up under the occiput. Pushing down, pushing all the fascia down, down to the heart, and then separating. Holding the head and gently turning. Always assessing, always looking for areas that need more support. Finding the soft fascia between the shoulder and the neck. Scooping it up forwards in a circular fashion with knuckles. And then the thumb locates the sternocleidomastoid muscle and massages down the edge, bringing it back round and back up again. Again, just like with other areas of the body, locating that channel to clear, which gives the feeling of spaciousness and freedom, losing tension and tightness, just allowing all that beautiful feeling of tranquility that comes once we lose our tension. Lovely rosiness comes, and a stretch. Coming back the other way. And losing the eye mask. So again, effleurage and then knuckling. To the back, into the soft fascia. And around. Feeling some congestion at the very base of the head, just under the occiput line where there's a channel ready for space, and there is some tightness there. I will definitely be working on that through the scalp massage. And a good stretch over. And coming back. And coming up. And then going down the spine. Allowing it to rock back and a stretch. And again, up the neck, over the T1, T2, T3, the thoracics, and then further down, under the back, over the spine, letting it rock back, releasing, releasing, and a stretch. Thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay. So starting with the cleanser. A lovely tropic skincare cleanser, which is wonderful for all skin types, but because this is a creaming cleanser, non-foaming, so it has the effect of hydration, soothing and moisturising, with essential oils of rosemary and lemon. And coming up the neck. Over the chin, the jaw, the nose, lifting at the centre eyebrow, a key chakra point. Lovely to lift here for the ajna, and then to the temples. Enjoying the effect of the cleanser to the neck. So creamy, smells delicious. It feels cleaning and yet moisturising. Wonderful for taking off makeup, very safe to use on and around the eyes. beautifully warm cloths, clearing the smoothing cleanser from the décolleté, the neck upwards. Lips, around the face. And clarifying cleanser. Beautiful tiny little bubbles give the effect of a very soft and smooth cleanse. Wonderful to use on the whole face, neck, décolleté. This is a very fine exfoliator. Smells divine. The sun's come out here now. It's a lovely, beautiful day after some rain. And the hydrogel face mask from Tropic. Nice and cooling with plenty of moisture. comes in two parts, so it's so easy to apply. And starting with the Gua Sha, starting at the chest, going down to the neck and up to the chin, using a rose quartz and a jade crystal. Therefore having the effect of healing and love. Bringing that upward movement in several lines, slowly and with a medium pressure, all the way up to the jawline. Then coming out, a slightly stronger pressure coming from the center line to the shoulders. Just bringing that down slightly. And then to the beautiful jawline coming under the edge and across. Even to the lips. And to the eyes. Very gently. Bringing some of that lovely hydrogel over the eyes. And then up the nose. Around the nostrils, helping clear sinuses, pressing slightly once I get to the sinus, and across the cheeks. faces, to the temples, to the mid-eyebrow, to the ajna, to the soma, and across the forehead. Applying a medium pressure. Now using amethyst as a roller and a crystal combined, coming up midline, over, holding at the occiput line with amethyst for love and healing, connecting us to our spiritual aura, that beautiful kosha that surrounds us, is with us at all the time, helping us with our connection to all of life and all beyond. And connecting again to the occiput line above the lips. Raising over the eye. And holding the cool crystal along its length across the forehead. And then flat heart-shaped crystals coming out from the centre. Beautiful jade. All the different colours of this natural stone. And the healing qualities naturally contained within the crystal. So coming around the neck and then using the heart along the jawline to define the jaw. Over the lips. Under the eyes. Over the eyes. The lovely eyebrows. Into the temples to hold the energy in place. And the scalp massage. Encouraging the circulation to the brain, the scalp, to all the glands of the head, the pituitary and pineal. All our workings, circulation, nerve endings, and the cerebral spinal fluid. Supporting under. And finding that lovely channel under the occiput to help continue clear away any tension. So the tightness I could particularly feel on the right side earlier is a lot better already. And the occiput itself, letting the head go so heavy, beautiful. And then around the parietals. Around the temporals. And the relaxation here is palpable. There is a beautiful stillness. Even as the therapist, the benefit of this treatment is incredible. And then coming up slightly to the side tops of the head, using my finger pads to move the tissue over the bone. And then thumbs to the center. And some pulling of areas of hair, helping to remove any tension and spasm that holds on. A slow, firm pull. And holding one side while clamping the head so the fascia comes up from the right and from the left. 2 thumbs to the center line, a key meridian line over the top as far as possible. And then again, overlapped thumbs to press and hold along that line. Now follows the Morning Mist toner from Tropic. And then the prickly pear seed oil ready for some facial cupping. So it's applied to the whole face and to the orbital bone, even to the lips, definitely the neck and the décolleté. Starting with the larger cups to centre top of the décolleté, where there is a key lymph node that will remove the toxins that are moved with the facial cupping. So this helps promote blood flow and stimulates the nerve endings. It helps move the white blood flow as well, the lymph, and hence the movement and the direction are key. Moving the direction to under the armpit and then to the neck, starting again at a key lymph node, which will then help remove the following stimulated lymph along the line of the neck. And then underneath the chin, bringing that line, defining the chin edge. And down. And then on the jaw itself, coming all the way to the TMJ. It's a nice strong movement, cooling the circulation, making the area go rosy. Feels amazing. Then in between the eyebrows, coming up slightly in case there's any frown line, and then separating over the forehead. And they work well where there is a good seal, good skin to make a purchase. As soon as it goes over the hairline, the seal may be broken, and hence the action of the suction won't work so well. And then with the smaller cups, one is slightly larger than the other. And coming to the brow line, just underneath the eyebrow to the orbital bone, And this helps to stimulate and lift the upper eyelid. And under, along the orbital bone again, creating that lovely rosiness, stimulating movement, also, as it happens, clearing sinus congestion from this area. These are lovely to use with any sinus issue, like this. Then along the lips, using the larger one at first, just securing in place. And the smaller one. So this helps plump up the lips naturally, and it does the job just as well, all naturally, boosting the colour, the plump, the circulation. Just padding off the prickly pear seed oil, ready for the tropic serums. Starting with the youth potion, a beautiful natural retinol. Giving it a shake and one pump. A beautiful rosy colour, and then up over the neck and the whole face. Smells divine and gives you that lovely, beautiful skin tone and complexion, helping to restore youthful features. A lovely glow. And the skin feast. Up over the neck and the face. Making sure it's evenly distributed. And coming to an eye gel with chamomile, very cooling. This is from the Aromatherapy Company, an organic company that has produced some most delicious aromatherapy facial products as well as essential oils. And This one instantly makes the eyes feel cooler and brighter. And keeping your eyes closed and taking a nice long breath. Continuing with deep breathing, sending your breath all around your body. Feeling the breath travel through the veins down to the feet, and slowly introducing a little movement to the toes, stretching out through the soles, and maybe turning into the ankles. And breathing again, this time bringing the breath down the arms, through the wrists to the hands, and gently a little movement to each finger and thumb. Maybe splaying fingers to widen palms, turning wrists, moving the hands one way in a circle and then the other. Breathing again, this time coming up to the shoulders and slowly introducing a little movement, turning the shoulders one way and then the other. And if you feel like it, bringing your arms up over your head for a whole body stretch.
Probably the most relaxed I've felt in quite a long time.
Oh, bless you. Well, you deserve it. You work hard. And thank you for coming, dear Kelly.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, pleasure.